I'll tell you the reason. Okay? Yeah. There are 4 reasons, and I'll tell you the biggest reason. The biggest reason, I'm sorry to have to say it directly. There are a few big traders, and I'm quoting from the findings of a report conducted by the Competition Commission of India, which looked at major onion prices in Maharashtra and Karnataka. It was submitted to the regulator. Okay? I'm not making this up. The key reason is that a few big traders with highly well-connected networks, in which I don't rule out political networks, with market intermediaries in other markets, play the biggest role in hoarding for unexpectedly high prices. I ask you tonight, why don't you arrest these people? No, why have you? Because I'm asking you, Bejon, is that a relevant point or not? You know the problem. Why aren't you arresting those people?
Absolutely correct. Those cheats. Arnab, you must understand, Salman must understand that it is not diesel price and petrol price which is affecting. It is creating barriers in the route of transportation. Do you know today, to cover a distance of 500 kilometers, the transporter has to stop at 20 places, and the delivery of the goods are delayed due to such barriers created, which not only diesel and petrol, but it also increases taxation.
Devesh Thakur has been quiet on the debate.
He doesn't
I get Devesh Thakur and next caller.
His own government is creating barriers which is adding up to the cost of onions and vegetable transportation.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't even understand that there needs to be a kind of a seamless transportation made so that the availability is there. None of the state governments are sitting together to understand that how to do that. They have got big cooperatives running, they have got warehouses, they have got state-run societies, but they are all taking away taxpayers' money, but not delivering what they have been made for.
I'd say today, I put this question out. No, one sec, Salman, 1 minute. Your government has a bounden responsibility to the people of this country to carry out immediate arrests and then punishment of all those people who run these cartels, right? And if you think there are other people involved, state governments involved, expose them to, but do not cry onion tears tonight or make the people of this country cry. Devesh is listening on to the debate. Before I take a few more callers tonight, I put the 4 back to Devesh Thakur. Devesh, despite your newfound proximity with the Congress party, which is making you say anything too critical of the Congress because you're awaiting the Bihar package, will you today fundamentally be clear to your own conscience on the issue of onion prices?
Arnab,
yes.
There's no question of. You see what Mr. Salman, with due respect to him, he seems to be having some extra knowledge of economy, and I think from his dialect it looks as if he has spent more time abroad out of this country. Anyway, with all due respect to him, what he has been trying to do is trying to say why all these things have been happening. Who wants, no, not at all, I never said so. But who wants to know why these things are happening? We want to know how you can control them, why you haven't controlled them up till now.
Absolutely.
Why haven't the prices come down to whatever limits? Who wants to know why these things are happening?
I will.
There's no monsoon shortage, number one.
Respond to that.
Arnab, 1 second.
Let him complete. Let Mr. Thakur complete.
You know what is the latest, what is the latest messages going around on your mobile and our mobiles? What is the latest message going on? You want to know?
Go ahead.
The message is, for any middle class person wants to give a gift to someone, the costliest gift he can give is make onion pakoras cooked in petrol and give it to your friend. That is
and therefore I throw a challenge
to anyone.
And therefore I throw a challenge. 1998 in the state elections in Rajasthan, if I am not mistaken, Ashok Gehlot said, it is the government's duty to supply and distribute essential commodities to people at reasonable prices. The government has been insensitive to the sufferings of the people. Communal and caste issues and even criminalization of politics will not be the main poll plank during this election. Ashok Gehlot said, onions will be the biggest issue. And I say today, why does the Congress party not accept a challenge to make onions and vegetable prices, milk prices and food prices the election issue? I say make it an issue and let there be a debate on it.
And tell the people we brought headline inflation down to 5%, and because oil prices are $80 or $90, you pay. Just for your information, Arnab, I've just taken out the oil price data. In 98, when the NDA came into power, the average of 98 oil prices was $11.
Yep.
When we left power in 2004, it was 37.66. So our prices in our regime went up 3 times in 6 years. In their regime today, the price may be 110 temporarily because of the Syrian problem. But in 2013, the average price has been $87.13. It's on the website, Brent prices, the world crude oil prices.
Let me not get into.
We were able to manage inflation sub 4% with oil prices becoming triple.
Excuse
you
me,
could not manage inflation less than double digit with oil prices having gone up in 9 years. So don't blame oil prices.
By your own admission, oil prices have gone up 3 times.
No, my term during the NDA regime, Salman.
Inflation has not gone up by 3 times.
Well, during the NDA regime, it went from 11 to 37.
By your own admission.
In my regime, and we were able to manage inflation to bring it down to 4%. In your regime, it went from 37 to 87. That's only 2.5 times in 9 years. And you are blaming inflation to the oil prices?
Well, I just, maybe it's once bitten, twice shy for the BJP, because the BJP knows exactly the impact of oil prices when in 1 month, and Piyush, you will remember this, it's the worst nightmare of the BJP when onion prices went up 3 times in 1 month.
I know we lost an election on that.
You lost an election. 2 callers waiting for a long time. Our first caller from Navi Mumbai is Mr. Subramaniam. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Please go ahead. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Subramaniam.
No problem. I am C.K. Subramaniam, a retired bank officer. There is a steep increase in vegetable prices for some time now.
Yes, sir.
Usually the vegetable prices come down drastically during monsoon season. But this time around, the prices are soaring and the common man will be wondering how to make up for the sudden spurt.
Absolutely.
The dearness allowance is increased marginally, and at the same time, the soaring prices of vegetables is a cause of worry. Housewives are hard pressed to meet both the ends and provide the best food items to their children. If the same condition persists for some more time, then the situation will go from bad to worse.
Mr. Subramaniam, thank you for your call and thank you for watching. Salman took that question. Next caller from Baroda. From Baroda, I'm getting a call and it's Satish from Baroda. From every part of this country there are calls, and I can tell you, Salman, you should hear I can hear the phone lines jammed on the Newshour newsroom today.
Pain.
And you need to understand that you would not be understanding the pulse of the people if you don't understand their anger on this issue. Satish from Baroda, go ahead, Satish.
Yeah, Arnab Goswami, good evening.
Satish, go ahead, Satish.
Yeah, Arnab Goswami, as the election nears, Mr. Goswami, Congress party, you find they will talk only about secularism. They don't talk about the economy. Each and every passing day, and they talk about secularism. Mr. Arnab, are you listening? Mr. Arnab, are you listening?
I am very much with you, listening to you. Let's take a few answers. Mr. Satish, thank you for your call, for your observations. And Salman, at the end of the day, you'll have to prioritize issues. You can hear people asking you to prioritize on these issues. And as the debate continues, Salman, more and more people will ask you more and more detailed questions. Running the economy is not just managing your vote banks. It is also being accountable to the people, and they are being crushed.
Correct.
They are being crushed.
Accountable to the people.
They are being crushed.
Be accountable.
Bejon.
No.
And the people will decide.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the people will decide.
The
people who are calling are not the people in your definition. No, the people who are calling today, Mr. Subramaniam from Navi Mumbai.
You have to understand.
No, one second. Let me ask you this.
You have to understand.
No, let me ask.
Salman, you have to understand.
Okay.
Salman, you have to understand.
Yes.
You have to understand the pain which the consumers are going through. You have to understand that.
Oh, yes.
You have to feel that.
I do.
You have to admit, you have to confess to the nation that you people have failed. You have to confess to the nation that you are not sensitive towards them. You have to confess to the nation that you need to do much more than what you are doing. You have to confess to the nation that you need to do much better work than what you are doing today. If you don't confess to the nation, if you don't admit your fault, you will never improve. You will keep on doing the same mistake which you are doing today. You You see, you have to understand that you have to get to the people and you have to understand them. What is their plight? You are talking about certain things which the common man does not understand. They only understand that if you have given them some money,
that's true,
because of their hard work, are they able to lead a decent, comfortable life? They are not able to do that. Are you able to do something to do that? Have you come forward and said, okay, I'm sorry, I have not done that. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I will sit down, I'll consult you people, I will ensure that we are accountable, we are transparent, which you only talk on channels, which you only talk to the media, but you don't let the people and the citizens feel about that accountability.
And you know, it is not the farmers, it is not the farmers, it is not the farmers, it is not the farmers,
which you are not done, and you are not doing it.
It is not the farmers who are responsible for onion prices. It is simply the traders, the big traders, the big cartels, and we want them exposed.
And what price have you given to the farmers?
But you are so busy with your competitive politics that you're not looking their way.
They are too flustered. They are playing with the people's lives. They are playing with the people's sentiments. This government should go. The country is suffering every day that this government continues. It is not the poor man is unhappy. The middle classes are unhappy. Businesses are down. The world is laughing at India. We become a laughing stock. They can't set right anything.
No.
They have no policy. They have no problem except giving entitled rights. They have done nothing. They have not sorted out the common man's problem even one bit.
Okay.
Arnab, I'll make one point. Mr. Piyush Goyal, let me tell you this.
After this, I'm closing.
Ultimately, the people of this country are going to decide.
So you're challenging
on UPA 1 and 2's report card. Yes, I'm challenging.
So you're challenging all.
You just still have to survive 8 months.
I want to ask you something.
Forget
Mr. Soos.
Future. What about the 8 months to the election? What will they do?
No, Mr. Soos.
How will they feed their children?
Mr. Soos, take my question tonight. Take my question. I beseech you, take my question. I'm asking you, you have so much confidence, right? Eventually the people will decide, eventually we'll win the election, etc., etc. I am asking you only this, Mr. Soos, what about the pain of all the callers, you know? All those people who call from every call, are they not the people of this country?
It is genuine pain.
No, are they not the people of this country? Or you feel that they are too, they are not your vote bank, so you don't really need to care much? You feel they are not a consolidated vote bank, right?
By the way. Arnab, please.
The urban middle class is not a consolidated vote bank.
Our party's philosophy.
So you don't need to.
The Congress party, Arnab, please, let me finish now because you asked me a question. The Congress party believes in inclusive growth, inclusive development for all sections of the country, whether they're low-income people, whether they're middle-income people.
I'm asking
and even we need our corporates to do really well.
I think this is what will people live for the next 8 months on the hope that they can throw out this government after 8 months?
I put this question. I promise we'll come back to this. Salman Soos, I promise we'll come back to this. But if you're willing to have a debate, then I'd say that on this show and on this channel, we'll debate unemployment, interest rates, EMIs, vegetable prices, price rises and inflation. We'll do this tomorrow on the Newshour tonight. And I'll open the phone lines once again. I thank all our viewers. Only for want of time, I have to take this break. But I promise that tomorrow night on the Newshour, we'll debate this once again. Devesh Thakur is the last word. He has the last word. Yes, please.
Arnab, our friend Salman seems to be more interesting on a debate all the time. He must be told there is something called a rebate in the prices as well.
Well, I think, you know, that's dark humor. But tonight the
prices are going to come down.
The rising prices are a joke on the people. One sec, gentlemen. Tomorrow the debate.
People's palate that needs some food on it.
Well, I think you know it's going out of control. And I'm really sorry to all those whose calls I have not been able to take. I just hope the few calls I took on the Newshour tonight also reflect your voice. Thank you very much. This debate will come back tomorrow night.